right, so it is Amber here that is awfully confused as well. She had a friend years ago. They are not friends anymore. And as she sits here today, Amber has really no reason to believe that they shouldn't be friends anymore and doesn't know why they're not. Hey, Amber.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. All right. You wanted our help to reach out to the former friend to find out exactly why you guys aren't close anymore?
Yes, please. Her name is Jessie, and we were friends, best friends, close friends, for a little over 3 years. And when I say that, I'm like, we spent all of our time together. And if we weren't together, we were, calling each other and texting each other just updates about the day and, funny memes and all that stuff. And we went out at least a few times a week. If we weren't just, having dinner with each other at our houses or, watching movies. But we were single, so we'd go out to the bar a lot and, flirt with guys and just sort of have, girl talk. And it was just, I think maybe the strongest relationship I've ever had. Like, she was just my best friend, my closest confidant. And, yeah, we're not, she just kind of cut me off, and I'm not sure why. A few months ago, she started dating this guy, and he's her boyfriend now, and I'm very happy for them. He seems very nice. But after they started dating, of course, we hung out much less and less and less and less because, they're in their little honeymoon stage or whatever. And I get it, and I was sad, but I was happy for her, But what's weird is that over the months, she kind of started calling less and stopped calling and then texting less. And pretty soon it was like one word text back. And that's just not like her, the her that I know at all. And now I just can't get her to call me back or text me back. And I just don't know. At first I was a little scared. I'm like, did something happen to her? Like, I also don't want to go bug her if she's mad at me, but why is she mad at me? Like, I don't know what happened, and I'm just sort of really confused.
Have you ever known Jessie in your 3-year relationship with another boyfriend, and did she act the same way? Is this like her MO? She dates a guy, and then she kind of ghosts and then comes back?
No, not that I know of. Like, she didn't have anyone serious when we were friends. She'd have guys that she'd date. And, for a couple weeks, and then, we'd go on a girls' trip. That's the thing. We vacationed together. We were that close. We'd go on a girls' trip once they stopped seeing each other, or she found out he was a jerk. And
Amber, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot are you?
I'm a solid 9.
Okay. Okay. So she's got a new man. You're a solid 9. Some women get a little iffy with when they have
Insecure?
a guy. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if he had exhibited or said anything that complimented you or your appearance, then she's going to take you out of the equation.
Even a good friend like that?
Yeah. It's a good friend, but it's 3 years. It's not like this is my elementary school best friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's
but I would never.
I know.
I would never.
I know. It's not about what you would or would not do. It's about her own. Now, this is just my theory. This is 100% just the theory I'm throwing out there is that if you are as attractive as you say you are, and I'm sure you are, that might have come into play.
That was my initial there. Well, something similar, that maybe there's something between the two of you that she told him, maybe in your times of hanging out, that he doesn't feel comfortable with y'all hanging out anymore for whatever reason. Maybe it's his insecurities, and maybe he said something to her about hanging out with you, and it could have stopped that way.
Oh, because she's so hot. When the two of them hang out, they're going to attract more men.
Guys like you. She might have told him that and not think anything of it. Like you just said, we would hang out, we would flirt with guys, and then him hearing that and then knowing you're hot, he's like, okay, well, that has to stop.
Cash, you have a theory?
Yeah, I mean, I think the hot girl theory could work, but then again, like, Kristen, you didn't cut me out of your life when I became friends with you.
I would never.
So, I mean, we're still friends. You invite me to your house.
I wouldn't think too deep about that one.
Oh, what do you mean?
I'm just saying.
I am a solid 9 in the dark, okay? Thank you. But 3 years, though, feels like a long time. Like, if they had been friends for a year, but 3 years plus girls' trips, vacations, like, you just don't trip with anybody. Like, you have to like that person. I think with Kristen, I think what happened is you're hot, and he had to have made some kind of comment about how hot you are for her to be that insecure.
There was no other tension between the two of you guys that you can remember.
No, and that's the thing. And if I'd be so sad if that's what's happening. But even so, like I feel like if it were me, I would have. I don't know. I would have chose her over some new guy
Sure.
that I met. You know what I mean? So I'd be really sad if that's why.
All right, well, it's fun to speculate and try to debate exactly and try to make predictions here, but we know why, because Tommy reached out to her and she hit him back.
Okay.
So give us a couple of minutes here, and when we come back, Tommy will tell you everything she said, and now you'll have a better, clearer reason on why you guys aren't hanging as much anymore, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, it's the Bert Show.
The Bert Show.
You know how I feel about ghosting. I feel like it's cowardly. It's not needed at all. And when it happens from a good friend, that's even worse, man. When you guys are really, really tight, then all of a sudden one person just bails and you have no idea why.
Could it be plausible? Like you are in a friendship and one person values the friendship more than the other? Like they have a higher expectation of it? Like, is it possible to be in a friendship where one person thinks it's top tier, A tier, best friend, and another person is like, yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
we're close.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I think most of the time when someone goes in a friendship is because the person believes or assumes that the other person already knows what they did. That's what I feel like tends to happen.
But this was at least what Amber was telling. Amber, you were telling us this was like a slow burn, right?
Yeah, it did start off a little slow, which is why the cutoff, I mean, it seemed drastic, but at the same time it was like, well, she had been only answering me with like one word for like a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden just nothing.
So we were talking to Amber a couple of minutes ago, and she was telling us that she and a friend of 3 years were really, really tight. The only details we really have, and the only reason she can think of, or maybe we assume this, was that her friend got a new boyfriend, and then all of a sudden, like, she kind of cut Amber out, and Kristen thought it might have to do with some jealousy issues.
Maybe, but it also could be like maybe that's the type of person she is. She gets serious with a guy, and she just kind of. And there are women who do that. That the guy they're dating is the focus, and they just kind of forget about their friends. Or in this instance, Amber said, on a scale of 1 to 10, she considers herself a 9. So maybe there was jealousy on her friend's behalf because she didn't want her boyfriend hanging out with another, like somebody who was super hot. Or maybe somebody brought up it could be that he was jealous because he didn't want his girlfriend hanging out with somebody so hot because they would get too much male attention.
But we're just speculating there.
Oh, that was man. We did a really. I think that's the most theories we've ever come up with for something.
And none of them are probably accurate.
Yep.
All right, Amber. So you asked for our help to reach out to your quote unquote former friend and get some answers for you, just so you could have some closure or some reasons why you guys aren't tight anymore. Tommy, our studio director, our show director, did just that and reached out to her and can tell you exactly what happened.
I did. I reached out to Jesse yesterday and I texted and I explained that Amber contacted us, told us about their friendship and how confused she is by the fact that their friendship ended. And about 5 minutes later, Jesse responded and she said, first of all, this is weird. I'm sorry that I don't listen to your show, but I think it is a bit odd for anyone to contact a radio station to find out where their friendship ended.
How dare you?
I said, I guess it might seem strange to some, but we sure are glad that some people do contact us for stuff like this. And she said, of course you are. Drama sells. And I said, it does. However, we're also very curious about this particular situation and would also really like to help Amber out. She seems to really miss you and also can't seem to figure out what she may have done wrong. And then Jesse said, you cannot be serious. And I said, I am serious. Why? She said, surely she knows why. She knows what she did. I guess she doesn't think that I know what she did.
Dun, dun,
Uh-oh.
dun.
Definite plot twist. Okay.
Wait.
Oh, jeez. What did I do?
Dun, dun, dun.
That's new. Okay.
She says, surely she knows why. She knows what she did. I guess she doesn't think that I know what she did. And I said, well, I certainly don't know. Would you mind telling me? And she said, she broke girl code.
Amber, did you sleep with her boyfriend?
No, I would
kidding.
never do that.
I would hope if you
Well-
did that you would realize that's what broke up the friendship.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's the first thing I would have thought of if that had ever happened.
Oh, now that I think about it, I did.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's right.
Just once.
I wouldn't have bothered y'all.
So Jessie did say she broke girl code. You don't hook up with a friend's ex-boyfriend. It doesn't matter if I was dating someone new. Exes are off limits.
All right, so let's pause there. Okay, so you started hanging out with one of her ex-boyfriends?
No, I don't even know. I mean, I think I know who she's talking about, but no. Like, he reminds me of my younger brother, and just, no.
So you,
I would never do that, no.
so she may have gotten bad information. She may have gotten bad
Clearly.
information that you hooked up with one of her exes, but you were adamant that you did not.
No, I've never even hung out with him. Like, that's bizarre. I mean, where would this even come from?
Yeah.
And instead of talking to her about it,
Yeah.
she just believed it and like
Ghosted.
just yeah.
How good of friends could you have been if she hasn't even, mentioned it to you?
Yeah.
I know. Like, and when did she think this happened? What, since she started dating the new guy?
We don't know.
Cass?
This friend is
Why
trash.
just hang out with her ex? What? Because she is ghosting me? Like, no. I don't think I could ever be that mad at somebody that I would do that.
Girl, you're better off without him because not only did she not bring it up to you, but also it's her ex. Unless the ex broke her heart, I do not ascribe to don't date exes. It's a conversation you would need to have with your friend, but just because you dated a guy, you don't own them in perpetuity and nobody else can have them unless they screwed her over and betrayed her or cheated on her or something like that. But then on top of the fact she didn't even talk to you about it, she's a trash friend. You're better off.
We're not done with the exchange, Tommy.
So the last text again, Jessie said, she broke girl code. You don't hook up with a friend's ex-boyfriend. It doesn't matter if I was dating someone new. Exes are off limits. And I said, so that is what she did to end the friendship. And she said, yes. Why do you seem shocked that I'd end the friendship over that? And I said, I'm not shocked. I understand. Thanks for the honesty. I'll let her know. And she said, okay. And that was it.
So now you got a decision to make. I mean, as Cassie said, I don't know this is somebody that you could really trust by your side right here. If she's taking somebody else's word, doesn't even mention it to you, and then just ghosts you. Or now at least you have the info. If you wanted to, could reach out to her and go, that never happened, so what's up?
I'm so confused. I don't understand how she would text you that and not think to mention it to me. Like,
It seems odd that
I don't
information
know.
would have happened
So
if
that's
there was no reason.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel it in your heart, reach out to her and be like, what in the world are you talking about? That never
Yeah.
happened. And
Okay.
then take it from there or just write the whole thing off.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. That's bizarre.
Yeah,
Thank
if you do reach back out to her, hit us back up and let us know how it all went, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, Amber, see ya. Odd.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched? Well, you can get way more of The Bert Show on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your favorite podcast.